Little George Jones. You just can't go wrong with a little George Jones on a Friday. It gets me in a good mood because it's finally Friday. Day 15 of the Daily Devos. Proverbs 5 today. I'm really excited and I am glad you are here. If you are just chiming in, you need to go back and watch from the beginning. If you missed out on the Finally Friday, woo, if that doesn't get you smiling, I don't know what will. But yes, we are still in quarantine, still in social distancing, still in, we need community and we need people, but it's gonna be okay. I promise you that. Good morning, Katie, Sarah, and Nate, D-O-double-G. How you doing, Mom? Yes, we are pumped. I actually even put some questions to go along with this one today. Actually doesn't go along with this one. It's just to create some conversation and see how we're doing. A couple of things that have happened in the last 24 hours. We played a little flashlight tag in my house and nobody died. Nobody split their toe. Landing, Kate, Collins, how are we doing? Yes, it is going to be a good day. It was really fun. Got up on Friday, slept in, woke up to no alarm. It's been really nice. I love days when I just get to wake up to no alarm. Now, it was still 6:55, but that's okay. There was no alarm. So, today, big announcement. I threw out there to you guys that we are talking about doing a FBCO Kids, Men, Quarantine Cookbook. And the idea behind this is this: how can we make the best of this situation? How can we have some fun in this situation? How can we come out of this situation better? And I thought, let's put together a cookbook where, as a family, you'll get your own page, you'll post your recipe, and you can even put COVID-19 favorite memory of quarantine was ... and you fill it in. I think everybody at this point has made some great memories. I have yet to hear of children gone missing from their parents' homeschooling. Oh gosh, I went blank. What's the word? Homeschooling, whatever. It seems to be getting some pretty good traction. If we get enough interest, what we're going to do is we'll get it made up really, really nice, like a super nice cookbook that we can pass down from years to years. And you can say, oh man, you remember when COVID hit and we were in quarantine and God gave us a great reset to come back together as a family? This was the recipe that we found that we really enjoyed making as a family. This was our verse to help us get through that time. And this was the awesome memory. And maybe we'll even put a picture of the food and we'll put a picture of your family. Something that's really, really nice. And the only thing that it would cost was how much it costs to make. We're not trying to make money on it, but obviously, you know, to get something done right costs a little bit of money. So this morning, finally Friday, parents, if you read Proverbs 5, this is one where, as we're dealing with kids, I read it and I thought, whew, this could go a lot of ways. Not necessarily the way as a kids pastor I want to go. And for a minute, I just want to comment, Buc-ee's is a great place if you've never been. And men out there that are a part of Kidsmen, if you want one of these hats, shoot me a text. I have a few that I ordered for you guys, and I was going to give them out, but we haven't been able to see each other. But as you start reading Proverbs 5, parents, this is one where it could be a real slippery slope, and it's definitely not one that I want to go down. But I wanted to hone in and I wanted to focus on a couple things. The first 4 chapters of Proverbs were all about gaining understanding, gaining knowledge, gaining wisdom so that we can live a life that proclaims and glorifies our awesome God. But Proverbs 5 is almost the introduction of what sin is like. Sin, we're going to use sin as just a broad term of anything that we do that is against God. And so it goes in, and in verse 1 and in verse 7, there was 2 things that really, really stood out to me. The first one was this: My son, be attentive to my wisdom. And then in verse 7, it says, and now, O sons, listen to me. And as the writer goes in, he's describing sin, and for all its glory, for all its betterness, it can look appealing. It can look enticing. That's what sin does. But in the moment, it might be fun, but there's great repercussions that come with that. There's great problems that will come when you fall into this trap of sin. And so, kiddos, parents, I wanted to encourage you in this time, this morning, as we're in quarantine, don't let boredom set in. See, problem is when we get bored, we tend to let our mind wander, and then we tend to fall into traps, or we fall into problems. I'm guilty of it too. I'm one of those people that I just kind of have to stay busy, and at times God's saying, no, I need you to slow down. But I want you to understand something. Sin can smell good, can feel good, can be fun, but I promise you, when you come out of it, it's awful. It's only temporary, but when we live a life that proclaims and glorifies God, that is the long-term peace and joy that God talks about that we get. Now, I have a couple things that I want you to understand about sin. Are we all going to sin? Yes. Are we going to sin tomorrow? Absolutely. But I want you to ask yourself this. Kiddos, this is a great question to ask yourself when you're not sure if you should do something or not. Maybe your parents said, hey, don't go down to the creek. But you're really feeling like, man, this will be fun. There's nothing dangerous about it. That, it'll be okay. Well, there's a reason your parents said don't go. And for whatever reason that is, we should honor them. But as you start to struggle with this idea of should I go or should I not go, ask yourself this. This is our big question for the day. Would this honor God? I promise you, adults and kiddos alike, when we ask ourselves that simple question, would this honor God? It's simple, yes or no. If it's yes, then go ahead. If it's no, don't do it. If your parents said don't go to the creek, then it can be safe. Nobody's going to get hurt. Nothing bad could come of it. But it doesn't honor God because your parents said don't go. Adults, the same thing. When you find yourself in that moment of should I do this or not, ask yourselves, not is this going to honor my husband or my kids? Just go all the way to the top. Is this going to honor God? And if it's not going to honor God, don't do it. It's simple. It's very simple. And so I wanted you to catch that in Proverbs 5. There's two big things that really jump out. Be attentive and listen to me. He is desperately trying to get our attention to say, hey, look, sin can be tempting, but it's a trap. And don't fall into this trap of sin because it is going to be something that leads to destruction. So whether it's going down to the creek or whatever it may be, listen, pay attention, read the words that the writer talks to us about. And you should, from chapters 1 through 4, understand that for us to make choices that honor God, we need to understand and know him and gain knowledge. So, does this honor God? That's our question. What's our word? Monica King has really kind of taken on this theme of what's the word for today. I would say it's listen, pay attention, something along those lines that just grasps our attention to understand that we don't want to fall into this trap of sin. We're all sinners. We're all saved by grace. God sent his son to die for us. But when temptation comes, we need to ask ourselves, would this honor God? So as we go forward today in day 15, Proverbs chapter 5, as we continue to go down this journey of learning and just trying to gain a little bit more each day. So when we come out of this, we can glorify God better. We can continue to evangelize and serve and love people hard right where they're at. Would this honor God? Would what I'm going to do honor God? I came up with a really fun family challenge on this fantastic Friday, and it is this. Are you ready? I thought, what would be really fun? Here's what you're going to do. Are you ready? Drum roll. Terrible drum roll. But what I want you to do is I want you to set up your own indoor bowling alley. So you're going to find 10 objects that would act as, maybe it's a bottle of lotion. Maybe it's a commemorative wine glass from when you proposed to your wife. Probably not a good choice. Maybe it's a cool little picture that says, God is so good, y'all. I don't know what it is, but find 10 objects, set them up like it's the bowling pins, and then you're going to find something that you can roll. Maybe it's this really cool jewelry box. Not a good idea. Maybe it's a little soft stuffed animal or teddy bear. I don't know what it's going to be, but set up bowling pins, set up your own bowling alley, set up your own game as a family, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to post the winners. Whoever wins the bowling competition today, post the winners. You should be in PJs. It is Spirit Week, day 5 of Spirit Week. It's Pajama Friday. I want to see pictures of pajamas. I want to see pictures of the bowling winners. And I want to see those hashtags, FBCO at home, FBCO Kidsmen, FBCO Sherry Crowley is awesome. Whatever it's going to be, I don't care. Have some fun on this Friday. As you can tell, that I am really excited. It's Friday, and we're just going to end it with a little George Jones, a little Finally Friday. So as you go forward, make sure you ready? Let's have some fun today. It's finally Friday. Kiddos, if you don't know who George Jones is, you should, because he's awesome. I'm going to pray for us, and then we're going to get out of here, and we're going to have a great time, and I'll see you tomorrow on Saturday, and I'll tell you who won the bowling challenge in our house. God, we love you, and thank you for your word. Thank you for the great reminder that we need to listen and pay attention to your words and not fall into this trap of sin. Help us to, in any moment, ask, would this honor you? Thank you for the community that we have via the internet. And God, we can't wait to get back together. And we know that you've got a great plan. Guide us and lead us in all that we do. In Jesus' name, amen. So, my Facebook fam, friends, FBCO Kidsmen, have a great Friday. Good time to roll, roll, roll.